Hmm. Interesting. Well, we'll see how it goes. There will be. I'm not worried about maxing out the challenge, so I'm just going to wander in that direction because I'll be able to at least tick one box off on that. So, but let's see what we got going here. Let's see what we got here. And I do have a bunch of SDs to give away here. It's difficult to do when you're talking to yourself. That's okay. I don't mind talking to myself. I can keep myself entertained for hours. I don't know why I do that. That very rarely ever connects, either through my own fault or through, the game not registering the hit. It's a difficulty with playing range classes in this game, is that they don't always connect. And if you didn't know, carpets fly. Well, glide, flight in Trove. So that's pretty awesome. I'm glad that they finally got that onto the priority list somewhere, so that we could have that, because the carpet mount has been begging to glide since they added flight to the game. Oh, 3 years, 3 years and change ago. 2 years and change. Yeah, because they added it in February, if I recall correctly. We had an event in Defiant Few to commemorate the addition of wings to the game. We had 4 flight courses built when they fully released them, and it was so much fun. We had a good time. The event was pretty crazy. It's something the way that we ran the event is something that we will never repeat because it was a little too complicated to keep track of everybody and to keep everybody entertained and happy while they waited. So we changed the format, how we do things in. For events in Defiant Few. We changed it up a bit in the way that we don't actually make people race against one another. We do it a little differently now. We just basically make random rolls based on the people who are in the world, and it works better than trying to run a synchronized race. I'll have to work on this at some point in time during Saturdays to get that XP bonus going again, because it's kind of rough to grind that out. Oh, Trey, thank you for the host. I appreciate it. I like this new auto hosting feature that they've got on there. I still don't know how it works, but I haven't learned a lot about doing this stuff. I'm still very much Even though I've been streaming for a year, coming this next month, I still really don't know what I'm doing. That's okay. I don't mind. And apparently the people that watch me frequently don't mind. So... Hey, Kick, how's it going, dude? Camped outside of a... If you're there until 6 a.m., you get a free meal a week for a year. Goodness. Well, good luck to you, man. I will help keep you awake for the next couple hours at least, if if you want. So that's cool. Good luck to you. I hope you get it, because a free meal is awesome. Okay. So, let's see here. And I'm just getting over being sick, so hopefully I won't be hacking my lungs up too awful much. I'll try and keep it to a minimum lungage. Oh yay, a power gem box. I love those things, but I also hate those things, because you're probably, you're probably a lot like me, and you've probably opened, several hundred of those dastardly boxes, and haven't always gotten what you like out of them. I did finally get a DDE a couple of weeks ago when they gave away all those free boxes. That was pretty exciting. That was my very first dropped box, or dropped DDE. I had gotten my very first DDE Diamond Dragon Egg a week before that, from having enough Dragonite to craft one. So it was neat that I was able to unlock 2 Primordial Dragons and thereby completely wipe out my Dragon Coin supply, all in one, real quick maneuver, within a few days of one another, really. Yeah, so it was pretty crazy. And I unlocked Scintilla first, and then whichever one the red one is. I can't remember what the name of that one is. So, but I haven't been adventuring too much in Trove. I've got to be honest. And not that there's something keeping me away from the game per se. It's one of those real life, and then of course you play more than one game in your life, so something else kind of has my attention. But I built that tree, which recently was accepted to public rotation. It should be uploaded at some point in time after now. I'm not sure what their schedule is, but I know they're working very hard at getting a bunch of maps uploaded so that there's a cycle. And then once they finally get that done up with the Xbox and PS4, the maps that we see here on the PC will also be in rotation for challenges on the consoles. So if you build a map in whatever platform and they upload it and accept it, because of the way that they designed the game, you're going to see those maps from other people's club worlds in other platforms coming to the other 2 platforms. So a map that I've made here on the PC that is going public at some point in rotation will be available. It will also be available on the Xbox and PlayStation formats as well. And the same, I believe, the same goes for creating a map on the console. On one of the consoles will be available the other way around too. At least that's the way that I understand it. Hopefully I'm not understanding it incorrectly. So let's see here. We've got Oh yeah, this one. This is fun, because I always forget about that pit of lava and bomb through it and mess myself up. Alrighty. I usually just bomb through this because I have a hard time navigating some of these dungeons, the layers especially, because they're the smaller ones, and you know, in a lot of cases the path through them isn't always totally clear. You know, I should get another tome in there, shouldn't I? Always forget to do that too. Let's go for that. If I can fill it, I'll throw them. Got a couple more I can throw in with that. And yeah, so there you go. Oh, yes. That's the stuff. Oh. Guess we'll stop here a moment and let the world load in. There's been I don't know what's going on, if because okay, according to the forums, Trove servers suck and there's so much lag that you can't play the game and all that stuff. Okay, but let's go deeper into what it really is. It's more complicated than that. Um, I mean, hell, there was a recent incident mid last year, I believe it was, where you know the internet was being assaulted by denial of service attacks, DDoS, and that has an effect on everything and everyone. If there are some bad hops on the way into Trion's servers, that would be completely out of their control, but would affect everything. It could also be that Andy tripped over the plug again. We're always suspect of that. But yeah, apparently Trove has been having some connection, some lag issues lately. The game has been acting pretty rough, and that is one of the reasons I've kind of laid off the adventure side of the game recently, is because it's been running kind of rough for me, and that's an unusual thing. I don't often have problems with this game, and I know that's not the case for everyone, but that, you know, it should speak volumes for the problem being something other than, you know, them simply adding more hardware to the system, because that probably wouldn't solve anything. But I'm one of those people that understands enough about the internet to know basically how it works, but if someone were to try really hard to convince me that it worked on magic, I'd probably end up believing them. So yeah, it's good times. Oh. Oh. It's kind of chilly in here today because I haven't built a fire, mostly because I am trying to conserve wood, and I can live with it being 68 degrees in the house, at least until the sun starts to go down, and then I'll have to build one. So today is Wednesday, and today being Wednesday means that it is Gem Box Day. So that's pretty cool. I have not really spent a whole heck of a lot of time focusing on the specifics of my gems. So some of your more hardcore players would probably find my builds to be very weak, which, yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm not a speedrunner or anything like that. I don't need to, squeeze every drop out of my classes, so I'm not terribly worried about it. Kind of focusing on the 3 stars for the experience point balance. The layers that I hit are the ones that are fairly quick to get in and out of, just for efficiency's sake. I mean, I'm not in an incredible hurry to max everything out, but I'm going to make efficient use of my time, if that makes sense. I'm sure it makes sense. The Shadow Hunter is insane with its glass gem. That's what does that rapid fire machine gun. That's insane. Oop, I should probably stop and get flasks here. Yeah, if I had somebody to... I don't think anybody I know needs one of those, but if I happen to have people watching and need that kind of stuff, I'll gladly give it, but it's materials for the most part. Heartaphone spam is something that's been kind of keeping me at bay lately, I will be honest. The Heartaphone spam has been really insane with everybody going through the quest line to get a Heartaphone and so on. It's rough. There is not enough coffee in the world today, which I think I've got to go and get a heater here pretty soon. I love that they increased the well, they basically halved the necessary experience points for filling up a one of the tomes, and I love that they did that because it was pretty grindy after they had added a bunch of tomes to it. When it was only a couple of them, it wasn't such a big deal. You could fill them all in a week without having to know life. But it got pretty bad for a while there. So I'm glad that they they cut that XP in half. Hellbug! Die! Very excited about the Hellbug Invaders. I know a lot of people are kind of upset about the way that those are farmed, but you know, the way that I look at it is this: don't let the way that somebody else plays the game affect the way that you play the game. And you know, I've seen also about a lot of people talking about economy and stuff like that. It's forever in flux, pun intended. You know, how many other games somewhat like this that had a player-driven economy? How many games have you seen like this that the economy is constantly changing? From week to week, from month to month, with every patch, with every exploit found, you know, and every single thing just ruins the economy. It's kind of frustrating. But I saw it in Guild Wars. It happened there. They banned a thing and a bunch of people quit. And then a bunch of people came back like 13, 14 minutes later and, you know, found the next thing. And that's, you know, with the Chaos Chest changes. I don't know how other people are doing, but I, for one, have seen good things come from the change, at least in my Flux account. I've actually got a lot more going for me than I used to, so I'm pretty happy with the change. I cannot complain about the Chaos Chest changes. I know a lot of people made a lot of their Flux by selling Chaos Chests, but all I had to say to them was, you'll find something else. And you will. There, you know, everything that's in the game is needed by somebody at some point in time. You'll find something else to sell. You will. Trust me. If you try hard enough. Or if you don't. It'll come to you. I just wish that I had gone with... I overrode my own instincts. Way back when they created... they had the pearls, the pearl vendor on boats. And then they changed it so that those were not there anymore, and the only way to get pearls was a rare drop or out of Chaos Chests and stuff like that. When they made that change, I went and spent like, I don't know, I think I spent a couple $100,000. I want to say I spent like 300,000 or 400,000 and bought like I think I bought 300 pearls. Yeah, I think I bought 300 pearls. And I did so because they announced that they were going to be changing it. And I thought at the time, well, hell, if they're going to make them difficult to get, I just want to have them on hand so that if I, you know, need to upgrade gear or anything like that at any point in time in the future, then, you know, I've got it good to go. What I didn't think about was that if they weren't, hey, how's it going, dude? That's funny. I haven't seen that in such a long time. That goes back to the early days of chat. I don't know. I was around when chat rooms were just like a website. You know, it wasn't. It was a thing. I don't know. It's weird. Something you had to connect to. It was, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's hard to remember. But yeah, I'm from old school as far as that goes. I was well aware and well alive by the time that stuff came around. I haven't seen somebody say ASL in a long frickin' time. Of course, it probably means something different these days. I don't know. These kids today. What's up, Humpy? I haven't seen you in so long. What you been up to lately? Yeah, 1998. It was AOL for a long time. Did something like that, and then there was then when they separated, when they actually made it. Oh God, it is so hard to remember how we used to talk to each other on the internet, but I remember it was pretty crazy. Because, I'm back in my day, our modems made noise. It made a crazy, crazy sound when you'd actually connect to the internet. It was pretty nuts. So, all this newfangled technology. But yeah, that sounds about right. Because I actually met my wife in a chat room, believe it or not. I was 1,700 something miles away from here when she and I met, and we were friends for almost a year over the internet, and then I moved out to New Mexico. It was kind of cool. Pretty crazy. I'm glad she didn't end up being an axe murderer, and she says the same about me. It's a good thing you didn't end up to be, a complete psycho. Can't use the phone and the internet at the same time, yeah, or somebody call your house, it would disconnect you. Yeah, that was hell. It was always a pain in the ass. Hellbug! Come here, Hellbug. I still gotta build one of these in Defiant Few. I'd actually like to build a pattern of them around a central area and use it as spawn. I think that'd be kind of cool. I've got a bunch of screenshots of it. I just need to get the time to go through and build it, because I don't think they will be like Tribe and give me the model for it. Tribe gave me the model to recreate the Skitterling in Defiant Few, which I was very appreciative for. I had planned just to use the, sit on the mount and look at it in order to build it, which would have been a real pain in the ass. But yeah, instead he's like, hey, yes, I give you my permission, but I'll go one step further. Here's the model for it. He's such an awesome dude. I don't know what he's playing these days, but it's not Trove. We lost him. He ran on. Alright, what direction am I going in here? I get lost too often. End up going around in circles. I do it all the time. Ow. Son of a... Okay. Where am I going? I could just bomb down, and I always forget that. He's all over the place with games. Cool. Well, next time you bump into him, tell him Market said hello. It's been a long time since I've talked to him. Even though, I'm on the same internet he is. And I could just, say hey. But, Oh, why am I shooting these guys? Did I already pop the... Okay, I did. Get out of here. Okay. I gotta take the opportunity to bomb through a dungeon to get ore. That's the first time I've ever seen that. I'm sure it's happened before to somebody else, but that's the first time I'm physically seeing that, where ore was poking through to the inside of a dungeon. It was kind of cool. I'm usually I usually get stuck on a game, and then, you know, a year or two in, depending on the game, within a year or two, I'm usually starting to get a little antsy to do something else. So then I split my time between that and the other, you know, the old addiction, while the new addiction moves in. Lately, that new addiction has been Space Engineers. It's a very complex game, but a very simple game. Uh, we don't use Discord, but and I should have set up something for it in the beginning, but the my real problem with setting something up like that is that I don't have access to voice most of the time, and like when the wife's here, it's like sitting in the same room with somebody talking on the cell phone to somebody else, and if you're not involved in the conversation in some way, it kind of, you know, so during the weekends and stuff when my wife is home, or evenings when my wife is home from work, I don't generally subject her to the headset. Sometimes, you know, and it's not that I can't, it's just, you know, being respectful. I mean, that's, yeah, Space Engineers, I've been kind of going nuts in that lately. They've been updating that every week. At least what they've been doing, it seems, is they do like 3 or 4 patches to a dev branch, and then they release a stable version of all of the prior dev branch patches. So right now they're back into the dev branch cycle. They recently did a stable um, where they fixed up a bunch of stuff and didn't address some other things that are. And it's in beta, so you know it's rough. It's still kind of rough, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's like the way that I like to describe it. It's if Kerbal Space Program and Trove had a baby. Um, it's not quite so complicated as Kerbal, because that one is rather complex. And then Species, how's it going? Welcome back. But yeah, Kerbal is basically the way that I like to describe that one, or not really describe it, but I tell people that unless you have a degree in like astrophysics, or you are like literally employed as a rocket scientist, do your homework on Kerbal before you buy it, because if you're not really super smart, it could be a problem for you, because unfortunately it is one of those games that has a learning curve that can last a few weeks. It's pretty rough. I'm sure you know there are a lot of smarter people than me out there who just you know build stuff and they're like, oh look, it flies. But me, I blew things up. Yeah, I'm building a space station in one of my games right now that is really coming along nicely. If I could stream it, I would. Unfortunately, this computer is a little too old for that. It runs Trove nicely enough to be able to stream it, but doesn't handle the engineers too awful well. That and GTA. I would love to be able to stream GTA. Oh my god. Especially Smeeshi. Especially with Smeeshi being here. I would love to be able to stream us playing GTA together. That would be sick. But unfortunately, my machine barely runs that game just alone. And I've got my most of my video settings. I have them set as low as I can, and the game still be like tolerably playable and visible and so on. So, but yeah, that's something we've got to repeat. We got to repeat it soon. I need to thank DS and the rest of you, but he was the one that specifically set it up. I did not know that SecuroServe thing worked as a single player. It's one of the things that I have been really, really bummed about with the whole GTA thing is that I hate dealing with randoms. Hate it. It's terrible. It really is. Hefesta, how's it going, dude? Glad you remembered that it's Wednesday today. Congratulations. Happy hump day. Let's see here. So we were just shooting the stuff about other games, Space Engineers, which I really wish I could stream. I am going to try, one thing that I want to do is I want to try and set up a way to record some stuff, and maybe what I can do is just record a few videos of general gameplay of it. The biggest thing that I have to warn people about is that in the state that it's in right now, in the beta state, there is not anything to do in it that you don't create for yourself. Happy National Margarita Day. Ooh-ah. Ha! Hump day. Yeah, see, and any day you're here, man, it's hump day. And yeah, it's funny because I saw your name. I think I've told you this story, but for everybody else here, before I met Mr. Humpy Pants here, I had seen the name pop up because of Heartophones and various things like that. I had seen the name around, and every time I saw the name Humpy Pants, I would think to myself something like, "Oh God, take cover. He's wearing his Humpy Pants again." And I thought that somebody who would name themselves that has to be a pretty jovial person, and I'm glad I was right because in all of my dealings with you, you've had a pretty remarkable attitude. So, but yeah, it's funny. It's a very cool name. I like it. Oh, take cover. He's wearing his Humpy Pants again. Does he ever wear any other pants? Yeah, and some of the stuff you have to be in a public server. I was noticing that, like especially the vehicle and whatchamacallit, the vehicle stuff and the package pickup and delivery stuff. Every now and again, you can get a server that you'll find only like one or two people are in, a session. You'll find one. Are there any other pants? No. You're only mean to people who deserve it. But yeah, that's. Oh man, that's crazy. Ah, whoops. Pop, pop, pop. But the public server stuff for GTA, I'm rather annoyed by that because there are people who do not like to play with large groups of people like that. And if they had a way to separate those people, and unfortunately, it seems like throughout the years, Rockstar hasn't really done a whole hell of a lot to, like get rid of trolls. Not that they necessarily go out of their way to make room for them, but sometimes it kind of seems like they do, and I don't understand that. But yeah, that's one thing. But yeah, I play it. I play alone or with people like you guys that I know are cool people, and I can at least say, yo, you're pissing me off, knock it off, if something's going on that I'm not in favor of. But the way that I look at that game, the trouble with it is that, it's so hard to make money in that game if you're doing it legitimately. And the difficulty in that is when you start messing around with your friends and shooting off your weapons that you're not getting a return on, like on a mission or something like that. It's very rough, because every round I fire is one less dollar I've got for something else, and it's difficult. All the other officer punks. But I had a thought about that public server stuff. If we all go in on doing that, and if we all have our own garages and stuff like that, we can just like trade out run with one person as CEO for like 2 missions or 3 missions or whatever, and then oh, it's because I just built it. I got you. And then switch it up and just basically do it like that, where we have a rotation of who runs on CEO, and then make money that way. And even if we have to go into a public, we just join rooms, join sessions until we have one that's vaguely populated. And once we get to that point, because rooms, from what I've seen, the worlds won't fill up. The sessions, pardon me, they have a term for it, and I should use it. The sessions for GTA don't seem to fill up that like quickly once people have emptied out of them. I mean, it's not like Trove, where as soon as a world reaches a certain age, it stops bringing people into it, and you can actually get a world on your own for however long you can keep it open. And it doesn't work that way. People can still join into a session as long as it's public. The game will put you with other people. But if we're rolling around with a crew of 4 or 6 people, they ain't gonna mess with us. And if they do, they're gonna regret it. You know what I mean? We can just, if we're rolling as a crew, we're talking to one another, and yes, I will eventually get Discord. Once we're all able to communicate with one another, nah, they won't. They'll do it once, and then they'll learn. They won't do it again. They'll find out that we are all communicating with one another very quickly. Either that, or they will be respawning until they learn that we are not to be trifled with. So, yeah. Join on the one that has the least amount of people. Yeah, that's exactly. That was, yeah. I mean, it didn't take a genius to figure it out, but good. I'm glad that I was right as far as the an appropriate way to do it is just send the feelers out, find an empty-ish room, and get on with it. Have everybody join that. Yeah. So, and then once you've got a foothold on a place, I mean, as long as you outnumber the people, we're thugs. Yeah. Well, I joined sometimes when it lets you out of a mission, if you start an invite only, it will let you out in a mission, or let you out of a mission into a public room, and I hate that. But I've run into a couple that have been mostly empty, and I thought, well, hell, I'm gonna, these people seem to be kind of keeping to themselves. I'll watch them on the map from the comfort of my apartment or my garage for a while and see what they're doing. And if they seem to be, pretty well focused on their own thing and not coming to see where I am, then I'll venture out and run around in the same world as random people. And one time I ran into a couple of people that ended up being pretty cool. I mean, we didn't play the game together at all. We actually, quite the contrary, we avoided each other like at all costs. And right away when I got in the room, they asked me in the session, are you friendly? And I told them, my response was, I avoid conflict. And that was the end of it. I ran around and bought a couple of packages and delivered them, and they didn't interfere with me. I didn't interfere with them. It was glorious. And now that I'm thinking about it, I should have gotten their damn names. I should have added them to my friends list, because anybody who's going to do that, and they could have double teamed me. It was 2 of them. They could have double teamed me and completely messed up my day and taken all my money. They were within range to do it, even. So it was pretty neat that they did that. The unfortunate side of it is that is the rarity and not the common experience that you're going to have in a public match in GTA. From my experiences, they're pretty well all just out there to shoot each other in the face. And if that's the way you want to play the game, that's fine. Just leave me out of it. I don't want to be shot in the face. Oh well. So, but yeah, to go back to why I brought that up in the first place, for the SecuroServe stuff being public, I mean, it's just something different, or being, you can do some of it in solo mode, is really quite nice, because it breaks up the monotony of the missions, the contact missions. and that they still haven't really expanded on much. Um, so, oh well. And the tough part is that they've made it so hard to make money because people were doing nefarious things to make money, and unfortunately they found different ways to make nefarious money, and I'm stuck here holding the bag because I don't have any designs to make nefarious money, and it only really hurt the people who are going to be honest about it. Sucks. Oh well. What can you do? Yes, indeed. Yeah, for the sniping part, see, and I've never been past that mission. Every time that I've done that, somebody's just driven the vehicle right into the complex. Unfortunately, I have met, uh, well, like 10 times as many griefers as I have people who are willing to complete the mission, complete the heists properly. Most of the people that I've run into in that game have been very poor as far as attitude and such. Well, hell, I was telling you last time, the last heist that I tried to do was I stopped trying to do them because of this person. Basically coming in, joining the session, sitting there through the first 5 minute clock, sitting there through the second 5 minute clock until it reached 2 seconds, and then he backed out of the room, forcing us to restart the entire process all over again. Wow, that made me warm. Yep. I just don't understand why people want to waste their time like that. I don't get it. I mean, yeah, I understand you think it's funny. You've got a poor sense of humor, whatever. But, damn. I've been known to do things in poor taste too, but not as a result of wasting 10 minutes of my time, or not at the, not causing me to waste 10 minutes of my time. No, no, thank you. I'll keep my 10 minutes and not be an asshat. Heists and randoms do not mix. That is for sure. So, but we'll get them. We'll get them nailed down. I am see that there's really the problem is that I am available for microphone mostly during the day, which like today, um, you know, my Wednesday streams, the house is empty for them, so that I'm not disturbing anybody talking to myself. Randoms. Yeah, that's not a bad way to put that. See, and I would be okay if it was just people who were new, or people who were uninformed, or people who were, what's the word I'm looking for? Casually ignorant. That's fine. I can handle that. I can work with that. What I can't work with is people who get off on wasting other people's time. There's no cure for that other than them stop being, to stop being asshats. That's really it. It really it only comes down to when you want to stop being a jerk, you'll stop being a jerk, and you know I just don't understand what drives that kind of thing. But yeah, if it were just ignorance, I'd be okay with it because you can fix ignorant. I mean that's not too difficult. You just educate. But some people don't want an education. Dang it. Alright, so I'm bombing through this dang dungeon here, and what am I doing? Ah. So my title for today, I think, is I don't know what I'm doing. And I don't. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just wandering at the moment. I don't really have... The only goal I have in mind is leveling this up to at least 29 so I can move on to the next one. hate it when odd noises start behind me. That's just a cat. I love that carpets fly now. It's so awesome. That title made you think it was a rebroadcast. Nice. I don't know what I'm doing. All of them are. All of them are I don't know what I'm doing. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm shooting stuff in the face. There we go. That's what I'm doing. Shooting things in the face. Alright. What direction was I headed? There we go. We'll go this way, because there's a 3-star. Cannon attachment that you can place on any mount. That would be sick, because I would love to be riding a Hellbug around, and the saddle be a cannon. That would be... Oh. Andy, make it so. Damn it. Need to make a carpet cannon. Got all that space up front to work with. You can just put it right there on the front of the carpet. I wonder if anybody's heading up there here. Let's see. Is there anybody? Nope. This world is empty. Where's the fire? I haven't built one yet. Nightbot, get off my backside, would you? Climb down out of my... It is a little chilly in here. It's 68 degrees, but not too bad. Oh, it's been a long time coming that they needed to make these things fly. You'll hop on for the challenge? Well, join on me. Let's see. Do I want to unhide? Yeah, I suppose. I usually get assaulted. But if you need the challenge, join on me. I'll hang out for a minute. Ow. Shot in the ass. But that's actually kind of cool because, you know, if you're flying, it throws you further. Ooh, Hellbug. Come here, Hellbug. One of our cats is chattering at a bird right now. Talk to it. Tell it to come in for lunch. Talk to him. Have this world all to myself. So if you guys want to join me. Oh, yeah, I'm in U8. Your challenge classes are less than U8. Bah. And I really need the dragon coins too, because I tapped myself out the other day with two primordial dragons 2 weeks ago. So, yeah. Ouch. Go west. Is that? Nope, that's not going to be in. That'll be outside of the range. This one won't be. I hope. Oop, I don't know where. I should be popping my tome on this one too. Oop, where is it? Front side, going through the gem. Lovely placement of the portal, I think. It popped the gem in its chest. Let's see, let's get the writing so I can be disappointed by Noganda. Because I'm sure I will be. Nope. I hit it, made the hole bigger, and I still missed. I'm so bad at jumping upward. Pop. Hit the... oh, I guess I did. Alrighty then. Oh, hello again. Yeah, still got 10 minutes. I'm going to take a gamble and go to that next one. Just because I figure that little bit there is going to have 1 3-star, but it'll be outside of the range. No, it probably was right within that. Sometimes they play some, sometimes it generates just slightly outside of a biome's range, so that once you finally get down to the boss, you're in the next biome type and it won't register. So I'm just going to go this way and do this. And once this challenge ends, I should give you guys streamer's dream codes. I just need to give them away. Because I'm not generating much foot traffic for there to be different people winning them all the time. The lack of proclamophones has been kind of rough. And I put in a request, but I'm not special enough. Don't. It's probably a faster way through there, but that's the path I know. Okay, I need one more of these to finish off this particular challenge. Obviously I won't get the other one because I'm not using one of the suggested classes, but those aren't the classes I'm leveling right now, so they are just going to have to deal with it. Or I'm just going to have to deal with it. Sweet. And I could probably switch over and finish that off, but I don't feel like it. Both, I think where are they in the class list? Yeah, I've already got my ninja up to 29. But I do not feel like swapping gear. I like to look at these just to make sure that there aren't shadows covered with pearls, because I've actually dropped 6 pearl item before, and it was only a shadow 2, I think, but I kept it and gave it to somebody because leveling up upgrading a shadow 2 is pretty cheap in comparison to, like, if you have a Shadow 2 with 5 pearls on it, I'd rather upgrade that than a Shadow 5 with 1 pearl. Oh, you got me. I'm wounded. Hey, you know what I forgot to do last time? There was a club. Who showed it to me? Which one was it? It was SA. Was it the SA runners? Who showed it to me? Was it Zol? I think it was Zol. I hate that I don't remember. It's a little embarrassing. Yeah. Alright, well, while I think about it, while I park here on my cornerstone and remove my bombs, because I have a bad habit of hitting the wrong button, let's see. Radiant face, that's kind of cool. What I'm going to do is... Whoa, what the heck was that? Thanks. My computer just flipped out on me for a moment. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is go and grab some coffee, because I am dragging my backside, ladies and gentlemen. And when I get back, I'm going to be giving out a couple of Streamer Stream codes. Oh, with my red name. Smeeshi. Payback. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. I invited it upon myself. I really did. I did invite it upon myself. I have some too, you know. Remember, yes, words. Words are a good thing. Remember, I just got paid for a VAP too. So someone might have a few extra heartophones laying around for just such an occasion. Well, we can't be even. Even is boring. But at least you have the benefit of knowing that at least once a week I'm going to be online and you'll be able to get me. So there it is then. Okay, my coffee, because I'm slurring my speech and everything, and that's just horrible. So I will be back very shortly. That is hot. Yes, yes, yes. That is the body of one of the elemental hellbugs that is apparently being created. You're responsible for that, Humpy? Are you making that in um, some form of editor? Or? I don't know what in the heck that cat is doing. She is pulling something underneath that door. It seems like she got a hold of the spare trash bags. We keep them right next to the door. That's already in the game files? You don't know who made it. Oh. Interesting. Oh, wait. Didn't they... Didn't they have... They showed those. They actually had they had red and purple ones, didn't they? They showed them on their stream at one point in time. I think. Interesting. But yeah, that needs to. What I'd love to see is for that to come up for the Skitterling mount. The uh, 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 can't think. Brain dead. Who All right. Okay, so I've got a couple of people who should be. I just told some club members that we've got that I've got a couple of streams to give out. Oh, the red one. Yeah. Because that is something I need. Because I need to just create that, and I'm not. This is the red one. And I need to save that because I need to know. I need to do this build eventually, and this will work a heck of a lot better than screenshots. All right. And I know there's a way to do that, and I'm probably just blind to the way to do that, to go and look at the game files that way, but that works. Somebody else can be smarter than me and know how to do it, and I will just reap the benefits of them. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know in-game name different than stream name or Twitch name, because yeah, that gets confusing at times. So let's see here. So yeah, if you haven't said anything, if you're looking for being in the streamer's dream role, then make sure you say something in chat. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be a code word of any kind. You can help me with that whenever I get the oh, nice. Sick. Very cool. I don't know what I'm gonna. I need to set aside a good amount of time to start building that. But I will, definitely let you know. So that's yeah, because the legs would be a lot easier to just copy from screenshots, but the body not so much. I mean, I've got probably 3 dozen screenshots of it from all different angles, from it blown up, yeah. And that would be kind of a nightmare to have to go through the whole thing and build it that way. Oops. Bombs. I do love my Formicite. Very addicted. I started building a coin grab challenge, but I haven't gotten around to finishing it because I ran into a kind of a fatal snag in my overall plan. It wasn't, it didn't come out quite like I was wanting it to, and then with the way that the arenas are set up, I'm not sure if I can pull off the idea that I had, so, oh well, whatever. So, yeah, if you haven't said anything in the last 15 minutes, make sure you say something now. And by the time I get up to the top of the head of this thing, you'll be able to hear that. So I will roll shortly thereafter. Yeah. And I'll do 2. Oh yeah, movement speed on my gear is all shared for everybody, so it's pretty much movement speed everywhere. So the time's up message never went away, and you were able to do one more dungeon. Yeah, nice, dude. I love it when that kind of thing happens. That's awesome. Okay, so let's give away 2 of them, and we'll do. Let's see here if I can find my right window. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the blue one. I'd like to see because if you've never played Defiance, where the Hellbug comes from, if you've never played Defiance on the PC or on any platform, you won't have seen the other Hellbugs that are in the game. They have a full elemental set. They have a lightning one, a fire one. What else do they have? Like an acid kind of biological one. It's like yellow and it looks so sick. But I really, really, really want that as a mount in the game because that would be freaking awesome. Anyway, if somebody will create those mounts, that would be fantastic. All right, so first of 2, and here we go. Here's my cheap and cheesy drum roll. Hasa, or, well, Hasha, or Camerupted. Congratulations, you won yourself a streamer's dream. I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know if you know what to do with the code, but I am going to include the instructions just in case. Just in case you don't. Because there is a little bit of a process to it. It's not that complicated, but you know. So let me go ahead and send that out, and I will roll the second one. If you already have all of the Streamer's Dream stuff unlocked, all 9 allies, well, 10 allies, including the Kiwi, and then the wings and the mount, if you already have that stuff, hang on to the box. Redeem the code. The code will expire, so do not hang on to the code. However, the box that you get from the code will last until you use it. So with that in mind, you can hold on to the box until the new set of Streamer's Dream allies comes in, and that will be soon. TM, Trion Worlds Incorporated. Give them credit, you know. I know they have that word trademarked. I understand. So yeah, so there it is. Cool. All right. Well, there you go. That is on its way to you, and I will roll another one presently. Whoop! What button did I hit? I hit the wrong button. Hang on. Okay, now we're back on track. Yeah. Okay. Number 2. It's my exciting drum roll. The messages. Lapis, you have won yourself a streamer's dream. Congratulations. The I got a cat clawing on my chair. Hey, get your claws out of my chair, you monkey. Monkey. She's pretty shy. She doesn't like to appear on camera. She's only done it once so far. Come on. Come up and see me. She likes to walk around the base of my chair for about an hour, rubbing up against the backs of my legs because she knows it tickles like hell. Come on. No? Okay. This is the one that will sit right here on my desk and slam the top of her head into my chin. She just bumps. Hey, uh-oh. Now she's on the other desk in the room, and who knows what she's going to get herself into. Get off of there, you little monkey. She's wanting to destroy stuff. This is one of those you've seen those cats on the internet that like destroying things. You know, that they'll sit on the edge of a table, looking at a glass on the edge of the table, and they'll just sit there for a minute and eventually reach out a paw and just gravity check it. Yeah, she's one of those. She's a gravity tester, and she's very good at it. Okay, so let me send that out. To find messages, apologies for not getting to that question. If nobody in chat there answered it, the way that you find these messages that I'm sending out to the winners is by clicking on, your name is down in the bottom left-hand corner of the Twitch window. If you don't have that thing expanded, you're going to have to expand that window. The pane on the left side, and it'll have your name at the bottom of it, and there's a little arrow pointed up. Click on that arrow, and in that pop-up window that comes up, it will one of the options is messages. It'll take you there. Now, from what I understand, if you're following a streamer, the message will appear in your inbox, and if you're following the streamer, it will appear in the other inbox. So if you don't see it in your main inbox, go to your other inbox and then follow me. It's not required, obviously. So, all good. Let's see. So what do we got here? Took care of that. And that. Booyah. All right. And then how you claim the reward, I included instructions in the message. So, bottom left-hand corner, click on the arrow next to your name, go to messages, look in the inbox or where it says other. You'll see it. It's right at the top of the screen. Inbox or other. And then in that message, the rest of the instructions on how to redeem the code. Okay? Booyah. And if you want it for something other than the PC, make sure you log out first, because it basically unlocks one box to the account that is logged in, or to an account that is logged in to the first account logged in immediately after claim of the code. So if you claim the code and you log into your Xbox Trove, then you're going to get it there. If you're already logged into the PC, as soon as you enter the code, it's going to appear in your inventory. So there you go. Congratulations, good luck. And those, if you don't know already, those codes, the way that they are, the Streamer's Dream Boxes, the way that they work is they unlock something you do not already have unlocked. Oh, let's see, what do we got? Yeah, Lapis didn't have the volume up, so didn't hear me say any of that. Therefore, I had to type out the explanation. So there it is. But you've got it now, I hope. Or don't have volume on and didn't hear that anyway, so one way or the other. My favorite ally from the Streamer's Dreams, probably the Kiwi. That one's just awesome. I love the. That's okay. You can be distracted with Jeopardy. That's perfectly fine. I don't mind. We won't hold it against you. Everybody has their vice, right? Put in a how to claim command. Yeah, that's a good idea, dude. That is a very good idea. Yeah, yeah, indeed. That is a damn fine idea. In fact, let me write that down before I forget it and forget to do it. Because I won't bore you with it now, because it'll take me a while to structure, structure the wording of it and everything so that it's not too wordy but still gets the point across. So, but that's something I can work on when I'm not focused on something else. That is a damn fine idea, though. I like that. I'm going to do that. Uh-oh. I heard a cat going crazy behind me. So I might, like, suddenly get jumped. She likes to use my legs as scratching posts when she's in a mood like this. And she often sneaks up on me, and I don't know until her paws hit my leg that it's going to happen. She's very, very good at it being, like, oh, by the way, I'm here. Oh, by the way, my claws are in your leg. Oh, by the way, you're bleeding. And all of it happening in like a half second. It's good times. Got her. Being crazy? Being crazy? Come here. Come here, monkey. No, she don't wanna. Now that I'm paying attention, she won't. But as soon as I stop paying attention, she'll start destroying things. I know you can. I'm pretty sure you can catch her. She's right there right now. Oh, there she goes. No, she realized she was on camera. Come here, monkey. Oh, no, there she goes. Goodness, that cat is lightning. Just as crazy. I always have trouble finding the boss on this one. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like I say, she likes to gravity test things. Ooh, this isn't the big guy. probably right over here. Nope. That's not. Sometimes he appears on top of these too, so it's difficult to find him sometimes. There he is. They work together? Oh. See, the two that we have, they can barely tolerate each other. But that's because the older one basically tormented the other one while the other one, with the younger one, was a kitten. She'd constantly walk at her sideways and give her the stink eye and, chase after her. And the older one is an absolute diva. She is spoiled so rotten, and she is so mean. Oh my God, this cat is mean. It's a gray. I guess the particular like type of cat. It's called a blue tortoise, and she's gray, and she's kind of mottled gray. But every cat that I have met that is this particular type of cat has been just full of spit and vinegar, and my goodness, this one is no exception. She's angry, just angry, and there's no consoling her. She does not like to be paid attention to. Basically fed and left alone is what that cat likes. So she kind of tormented the kitten, and the kitten never really got over it, but now that the kitten's bigger, chases the older one around the house, and, yeah, good times. So they cause maximum mayhem, but they're not really working together on it so much as they're doing their own independent field studies. Okay, I guess I'll go through here. That's probably just a random boss, but I'm going to shoot him instead. Oh, we've got 3. At one point in time, we had 5. And unfortunately, we recently, over the last year, have lost 3 of them, but they were old. Very, 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 very old. Ancient for a cat, even. I don't think I've ever been in this one before. This must be a fairly new one. Either that, or I just haven't adventured in so long that, these were added and I didn't know. Probably walked right by the entrance 5 times already. That's where I came in, isn't it? Yep, I think so. But I do not know how to go through there, so I will pass it. You... Ooh. Okay. I don't know if I've been through this one either. It's kind of cool. Either that or it's one that I've bombed through. Because some of them just make sense, you know, where they're going to be, and you just, first time you see them, oh, okay, just bomb through the center. It's going to be down there. Let's see. Alright, hang on. Just give me a minute here. Oops, wrong button. Let's see. Oh, if I can figure out how to do this without screwing everything up, I can resend it, but I have to figure out how to do that without screwing things up. Hey, Stormy, how's it going, dude? Welcome. Okay, bear with me a moment. I'm still trying to get this thing to react. I'm kind of pushing the limits of my machine here, and it is not enjoying what I am doing. It's giving me some problems. Okay, I am going to have to put that aside for right now. If you haven't figured out how to redeem that, I will help you later. This is flipping out on me, and I can't access my inbox to resend the message at this point because it is being a pill. Oh, that screen shake is driving me crazy. There we go. Okay. Yeah, never delete instructions until you've used them. Just a little tip. Why in the heck is my... Stop it. Wow, this is flipping out. I can't take that. That's not going to work for me. I need this to stop flipping out the way that it is because that is not good. Okay, give me a minute here again because basically the screen on the right side of my on my desk is going like this, and I can't watch that. It's like the whole thing is shaking on me. Oh, good, and the cat's vomiting too. Okay, so let me. I'm gonna pause this so I can go and take care of that cat, and yeah, so you don't have to. Okay, I am not even sure if you can hear me at this point. I am having some severe technical difficulties. I tried to go into my mailbox to send another copy of that email, and yeah, apparently that was not a good idea. So give me a few more minutes here to try and figure out what's going on. I will try and lock this sucker down and get back to get back to things at hand. Eek. Okay. Hopefully you can hear that. If not, well, I'm talking to myself again. Okay. I think I have finally stabilized my machine here. It looks like I may have gotten it nailed down. Yeah, just everything, Firefox just kind of went sideways on me there for a bit and was really flipping out. Not sure what that's all about, but there we go. I think I got it back. Check in your other inbox. Alright. Now there's a hellbug that needs to die. Speaking of hellbugs. This one, if you look for the blue plant, if nobody's run over it with a mount yet, because that one will go away if you run over it with a mount. But if you look for that blue plant, and you go down on that corner, and bomb in a little bit, get right to the boss. Okay. Okay. And then let me do that. Okay. Probably wouldn't hurt to find a cornerstone plot over here. And thank you for the help, Hap. I appreciate it. It's a bit of a tricky process to explain, but yeah, I think that doing up a message like that for Nightbot to handle would be fantastic. Definitely got to do that. Okay. Getting pretty close to 29 with this thing. Oops. Yeah, that's the rumor I've heard too, that if you're not following a channel, it'll go into the other inbox. Basically, I think it kind of treats it like spam, but yeah. Haven't had anybody confirm that for me yet, but I'm pretty sure you're right. It was another streamer you heard that from, if I'm not mistaken, that would know. My coffee thing is still up. Oh, thank you. And then I hit the wrong button. That's fun. Hey, amateur hour. Dun, dun. Thank you for the for letting me know, because that I do that from time to time. I completely forget it. Yeah, Araby, she would probably know. I know that she generates one hell of a following, so I'm pretty sure that that if she said it, it's probably from direct knowledge. She doesn't seem to be one to talk outside, you know. Oh. Oh. Pop, crack. Oh. There we go. I know I've probably got more Glim than I'll ever need, but this is laid out too well to just run around it and grab a bunch of it to ignore. You always do a lap. Yeah, I mean, it's seems like a waste not to. It's just laid out all nice and neat for you to take, and why not? Just do it. The one that I like the most is that fairly new Treasure Isle dungeon that has all of the materials kind of hidden all over it. That one is awesome. Let's see if we can go up here and find one just for the heck of it. I met a couple of people who didn't know about this particular dungeon and where all of the little secret caches of materials reside in it. There are bottles and enchanted wood, mushrooms, Glim. There's something else there. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But there is, yeah, there's like 4 or 5 different materials that you can get in abundance. And they double on Mondays, which, or, you know, they have the chance of doubling on Mondays, which is really handy. Let's see if we can get lucky and find it one of them right away. There should be a 3-star pretty near here. It's not this one. Yeah, the 5 skulls from the bar. Yeah, definitely. I love that dungeon that Meowsclifer made. It's a really good one. Especially because bones are often a little bit more grindy than they really need to be. Where is the water wheel? Did I keep passing it? Oh yeah, here we go, right over here. The whole thing hadn't loaded in yet, so I wasn't quite sure where I was. We'll head west here and see if we can locate that dungeon that I was talking about. It's hard to describe. It's you know, it's like a series of islands. It's like an archipelago. And yeah, I kind of toss bombs a little too liberally for my own good, but I think the reason that I do that is because I spent an awful lot of time farming Shapestone and barely used it, and I did the same with Primordial Flame, and then I got Fortress, and it's like, well, it's all free. You know, I use Fortress to mine all of that stuff, and I ended up with a very large quantity of both, and mainly because I had taken advantage of that double mine week that they did, and then on Tuesday it was even more. I mean, it was just a crazy amount of ore spilling out of everywhere. It was fantastic. There it is. Okay, didn't find the dungeon that I was looking for in here. Oop, wrong button. Let's see if we can find it up here. So there's kind of a pattern to 3 stars if you hadn't noticed it. They tend to run in a horizontal line and then kind of in a diagonal line. It's just not as reliable as the east-west. But yeah, pretty much once you find your first 3-star, head east or west from it, you will run into another one. And there will be a little bit of variation here and there, but not a lot. It depends on the curvature of the biomes that are intersecting with one another when they shift up and down. But yeah, pretty much head in a straight line, you're going to find them. Is this the one? Nope, too tall. Okay, now let's see. We'll head east because there's more water directly this way. See if I can find that thing. It's a pretty good farming spot. Whenever you run across this dungeon, make a stop. Ooh, oh, oh. Dang, not enough coffee. That's not the one either. And if you're a traditionalist and go in this way, the last plate of spikes that you come across, if that's on your right side, you'll be facing the right direction to go over here to the boss. But I think, oh no, he's just invisible. I thought this was the one that I did already, but no, it's just an invisible boss. This is a bug that's been around for a long time. I didn't see it for a couple of months, and then it reared its ugly head again. You kind of have to, you either have to have somebody else that can see it, because when a boss is invisible to you, does not necessarily mean that that boss is invisible to everybody, which is part of the reason that they've had difficulty in nailing down exactly what's causing it, I think. It's just my own speculation. I didn't hear that from anybody. The fact that it does not happen to everyone when it does, because that would be much easier to fix than what it really is, and that it's different for everybody. You can have 5 people in the map, 3 people don't see it, and 2 people do. And they're not, I don't think they know what causes that, because they haven't been able to lock it down. They haven't been able to fix it. Usually finding the cause of something like that is much harder than fixing it. It's usually because when they find the problem, when they find what's causing something, it's usually a lot easier to fix than it was to find. But it's pretty crazy. And there was a bug in Defiance that helped them find out the cause. It was quite by accident on my part. I just happened to be pointing in the right direction at the right time with my eyes open, and realized, wait a minute, that's wrong. Why is that like that? And sure enough, it ended up being, it ended up guiding them to what was causing it. Knowing this tidbit of information, it was an NPC that wasn't moving, and because of the way that the map is, that area is laid out, it wasn't very easy to tell. But I just happened to be pointing in the right direction at the right time and went, wait a minute, he's supposed to be over there. and we tried pushing them, and we tried blowing stuff up to, near them to move them. We tried dragging enemies in near them, and nothing would work. And you'd restart you'd have to end up having to restart the zone. And the thing that sucked about it the most was that the area was dependent on a weekly challenge. And in order for you to complete it, you basically had to be the first person to complete that after the nightly reset, and then from there on until the nightly reset, nobody else could get it. So it was really a pain in the backside. But they discovered it. I figured out what was happening. They found out why it was happening, and they were able to fix that. They had the fix for that in the next patch. Oh, you got in Defiance this morning. As soon as you got refamiliarized with the controls, they took the servers down. Ah, crap. Was there a problem with it? I haven't touched Defiance in a long time, admittedly. Tribe gave me and Fuzz copies of the mount when he got codes for him, because he didn't need to do anything differently, but he came to us for advice on the mount. And we were both so stunned by the mount. We're like, no, it's perfect. Ship it, print, you know. But yeah, it was very good the way that it was. So, oh, it might have just been a restart. Gotcha. Because that game, I know that game has caused them so many headaches since day one, and I feel bad because the people that they had working on it, well, the people they had working on it are no longer working for the company, and that's no secret. I won't elaborate on the details because I don't really know, and it's not really any of my business to know. All that I know is that they had a lot of problems from the get-go, from release, started a whole new sheaf of problems, and that wasn't any secret. Anybody playing during the time that they fully released the game will remember the headaches and why did you break the interaction button. That was a nightmare. Oh my goodness. I don't ever expect the release of a new game to go flawlessly, but Defiance was pretty far from a flawless execution, and I felt so bad for them because they inherited a bunch of issues between the old team and the new team, and those issues, some of them were insurmountable, which really sucks because the game's great, but it could have been something entirely different if it had been handled right from the start. Fortunately, they righted the boat, and they fixed a lot of the stuff that was wrong with it to start with, and they got a really good title out of it, I think. But they did run into a lot of limitations that were created by the original coding that I'm probably saying too much. I shouldn't know that. But anyway. Yeah, the moving around fast enough to get to invasions, that's something that's rather difficult to do, but once you get an idea of where they appear, you can kind of hover towards the area until one pops up, because they pretty well pop up systematically every, 15-20 minutes or something like that, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it wasn't necessarily my style of game either. I think what hooked me into the idea of Defiance was that original hype train that they put up with, watch the show, play the game, change the world, that never really happened. That's what got me into it. And it sucks that it never really happened, because that's the potential that I was talking about. They had the potential to lead it in that direction, that they could have created content for 2 or 3 different outcomes, and then added said outcome to the game a week or 2 after the show aired, and then it would all tie itself in together, but it was really very vaguely tied in. And then the show bombed, and and then it went from there. So it's sad because I think they were really on to something, and it was unfortunate that the that it went the way that it did, because it could have been something really, really groundbreaking if they had done it right throughout the stages. Not that they did it wrong, and not that I would have a better solution, or, have been able to fix it, or done, a better job of it. I don't want to sound like I'm criticizing them for a lack of. Oh no! Got me again. Justifiable got me. Burned. This is one of my favorite dungeons. I love this dungeon. The last one that I was in. I was thinking that was the Shrinky, the Honey I Shrunk the Trovians dungeon. I love that one. Oh, let's see. Okay, I'm just going to go in this direction. Couldn't find one of those TI dungeons, so I will just move along. Getting close to 29 with this thing, and maybe I can get to 29 before I got to reel this in and end for the day. Yeah, if you're rushing a challenge, that one can be a pain. But one of the things that you can do is bomb through one of the corners to get right down to the boss. If that's, well, of course, for a challenge, you'd want all of them. So yeah, it is, and it is a pretty big dungeon on the inside. But honestly, that dungeon is one of 2 or 3 dungeons in this game that have, upon first seeing it, made me vocalize my awe and state of impression. It actually made me say out loud, "Wow!" when I walked into that one. I was jumping around the inside of that dungeon and hopping back out and looking at all the stuff, and then I jump back in and look at all the stuff that they copied and made bigger, and my goodness, that was such a well done dungeon. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. During a challenge, it would probably be a little disheartening because it's very large on the interior, and the bosses can appear in a couple of different areas, if I'm not mistaken, can't they? So yeah, I can understand that. Still, from an artistic standpoint, it is glorious, and certainly my favorite dungeon in the game so far, I'd have to say. Pretty impressive, very clever, very well made, very clever idea. I don't think you can. I'm waiting for somebody to wow me more. That's what I'm getting at. I'm waiting for the next dungeon to come along that makes me react harder than I did to that one. It's pretty damn impressive. It wasn't until the 3rd or 4th time you realized. Yeah, see, for me it was right away. But to be fair, the reason that I recognized it right away was because I walked into the building, the little building on top, and thought it was a lair. I thought it was a small lair. And then when I was looking around the inside of the lair, I immediately saw my chest deco, the topped off treasure chest. And it caught my eye. I made it. So it caught my eye right away, and I went, "Oh, that is awesome!" And I jumped into the dungeon, and I went, "Wait a minute, this isn't a lair. This is a full blown. There's my chest. Oh my God, it's huge!" And that right away, so I'm like, "Oh damn, that is so awesome!" Because I rebuilt my chest in our club world, in Defiant Few. I built a mock-up of that chest on the Creator's Island. So I know what it looks like both as a deco and as a full-size build in the game. So right away it caught my eye, and right away because of that I knew what it was, and it. But yeah, it's if I hadn't had if it didn't have my chest in it, I probably wouldn't have recognized immediately what I was looking at. I probably would have been in the same boat. A couple of times in, and I'd have gone, "Hey," yeah. But that was really the most awe-inspiring dungeon for me in this game so far. I think that one made the biggest immediate impression upon me, and not just because my chest is in it, but because it's clever, like you said, clever, very clever design. Yay, writing's a wonder. I can get my 8 fragments of wonder and be done with it. I've been getting a lot of 50s lately out of that, which has been nice. In fact, I'll stop, and since I've got stuff to open, I'll park up here and get a move on. Pop open some chests, give away some streamers' dreams. Ooh, does anybody need a Shadow 5? It's got no pearls, it's no frills, but it is an attack speed stat bow, and if somebody wants it, it's free. I don't need it. I hate to salvage it when I don't need the pentas. I guess I've got plenty of them I don't use, so, but I'll hang on to that. If anybody needs it, it's all yours. Even if you just need it for the penta, whatever. I don't care. I think I've got how many pentas do I have? Let's check. Let's see how disturbing I play this game. It should have been in that one. Where is it? Oh, maybe it's in the first one. Yeah, 90 of them. So yeah, I'm cool. If you need a 5-star Shadow 5 bow, say the word, and it is yours for free. All you gotta do is be in the game so that I can give it to you. Orc and Beans. I love that name too. That is a really good name. Instead of Pork and Beans, Orc and Beans. I like that. That's a good name. Some people in this game have really clever screen names. There are a lot of really bad ones, and a lot of them that must be part of an inside joke, or there's got to be something behind it that only that person and a couple others know, that make it funny or that make it pertinent, that none of the rest of us know. We just kind of look at it like, huh? There's a lot of those. Okay, so let's open some of these and find out if I get anything good. You were born with your name? And right away, they knew. They just knew. He's going to wear pants, and they're going to be humpy. So we might as well name him Humpy Pants. Oh, wow. I got a stellar. Oh, my goodness. I got a stellar that doesn't have HR? Really? Am I dreaming? Wow. I don't get stellars that don't have health regen. Like, pretty much every stellar I've gotten in the last 3 weeks has had health regen on it. Alright, we'll open these. Oh, 2,500 flux. That's nice. Dragon coins. That's always fun. A couple of skitters. A legster. I know, no HR. And this is, see, I understand that I'd probably get blown out of the water for the maximum health, but I rather appreciate max health. Yeah, the ones with a face roll name who ask for invites. Yeah, no. That's what I tell people. No. You add me, and you jump to me. Because no, I'm not trying to type in. No. My name's easy to type in. You know, you've probably seen it written on a few buildings from time to time in your life too. So, anybody who doesn't know how to spell my name, well, there you go. Oh, that's what I needed. I needed some of those. Okay, let's get rid of these boxes here. Na, 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 na. Da, 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 da. 2-star Radiant. That's... See, and I'm still, in a lot of cases, I still have Resplendent Gems on my classes, so anything that comes in like that that's a 2-star, even Shadow, I'm happy with, as long as it doesn't have HR, because I really need to avoid dumping any dust into gems that aren't favorable. See, yeah, HR. That I'll keep, because that will be useful to me. And I have my cornerstone right over here. Yeah. I'd like to be able to sort these bottom to top. Gotta admit. Yay, Scary Art Box. And that might actually be my karma for that. Dun dun, Bashful Love Bug. I think I've got like 50 of those. I bought a bunch of them when they were really, really cheap because I wanted to be able to give them out to new members of Defiant Few that don't already have a Hellbug mount unlocked. Not that it's necessary for anybody, any member to use anything specific. We don't roll that way. But the you know, it's nice if somebody wants to roll with the Hellbug mount, then they can. Let's see. I'm just going to move this stuff out of my way for the time being. Hang on to that. That can go. I still have to craft the aura because I still haven't gotten that one unlocked. Okay, lucky. I'm going to pull 2 Gandas right here. Ready? One right after the other. Nope. Oh, and I got 12 Fragments of Wonder instead of 8. I feel special. Yeah, RNGeelzebub hates me. So, it's good times. Okay, so I think I'm probably going to beat this guy up here and head back to the Few after I remove my bombs. So I got about, what, 20 minutes or so before I've got to wrap this up and start taking care of real life. Real life sucks. Not worth it. The graphics are crap. There's no end game. Playability, I mean, there's no replayability to it. The resolution's terrible. You can see all the pixels. It's just no good. I caught him parked here once. He was streaming or something. He was doing the they were doing the Reddit stream that he did every week, and I caught him parked here, so I harassed him with a sign. Yeah, the grind is pretty bad, and the grind is even worse if you don't have Patron. I feel bad for people playing this game without Patron. I am a very relaxed gamer. I don't need to have everything. I don't need to rush. They just unlocked something. I need to have it now. I'm not that kind of a game player. I'm just not. However, It's like I was saying earlier. Just because I'm not in a hurry doesn't mean I want to waste my time either. I want my time put in to be worth something, to get some kind of value out of the amount of time that I spend. Oh, the grind is awful. It takes a year to level. Oh, I missed that totally. And here I made the joke, and then yeah, that's good. The grind is awful. It takes a year to level up. Meow, right over my head. I'm such an idiot. Drink more coffee, Market. It'll help. Thank you. Don't mind if I do. It takes a year to level up. I gotta remember that. That's good. It's a great addition to that joke. Graphics are terrible. You can see the pixels. There's no end game. Replayability sucks, and it takes you a year to level up. Brilliant. Very brilliant. I love it. Anti-patron for that. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, indeed. Pardon. I would love an anti-patron for real life. Like, okay, just for 30 days you don't age. Like, oh, where do I put my money? Just shut up and take it all. Here's my wallet. Here's my credit card information. And just take it. Take it. Yeah. That's truly a shut up and take my money moment. Indeed. Alright, so in honor of the Kiwi, I'll go ahead and throw out some more of these. So let me ask you, Humpy, are you still, I know that, you're still playing Trove on and off, but I hadn't seen anything from you streaming in a long time. Either I'm not paying attention, or are you still part of the creators program, or are you moved on from that? Just out of curiosity. I'm having trouble getting Proclaimophones. Not that I would not, especially under today's circumstances, if for some reason you're still getting those, I wouldn't have you use one for me. I wouldn't take one. No. Current climate, I'm not mucking about with Proclaimophones or anybody else's codes for that matter. I'm really, really skeptical about it because I sent in a request for Proclaimophones for a couple 2-tree proclaims for just for promoting the stream and helping give out the streamers' dream codes and stuff, and I was denied for them. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know why. I figure. I mean, this is going to sound horribly egotistical, I know, but it's got to be said. You do know me, right? I mean, the only thing I project is a positive attitude for the game. I've never used a proclaim out of bounds or anything like that. So, oh, cool. Yeah, you're part of the Trove Creation stream. I forgot about that. I keep forgetting that happens. Oh, it's Wednesday nights now. That's why, because she was doing it. She was starting that up like an hour after I started my stream, so I never caught it because I was doing this. That's pretty cool. I'll have to drop in on that sometime because it's been a while. It's been a while since I've created anything. But I've got 3 items that were at least mod approved and are still in the process, but that whole story. The time that it takes them to get stuff from Reddit to the game is very immeasurable. So that's okay. I understand it. I honestly, the thing that I hate the most about it is having watched Kumar go gray. I mean, that level of going gray should only be reserved for like the president of the United States. He must be under an awful lot of stress because when Trove launched, when they first started doing this, he had a full head of black hair. And now he's total salt and pepper. So my sympathies go out to Kumar. Atronos for the stress that he must be under at that company, because, sheesh, he's got a lot on his plate, I think. And I feel really bad for him, because people should not go gray that quickly. That is just nuts. The poor guy. Okay, so I'm wandering aimlessly. I'm going to go ahead and, speaking of Atronos and streamers and all that stuff, I'm going to do a couple of those. So if you haven't said anything in 15 minutes, say something now. Humpy, I'll go ahead and re-roll, because I know you have all of them being part of the creators program. They unlocked them all for you, so I'll just go ahead and re-roll it, because it won't do you any good. And you get plenty of them to give out on your own, so I'm going to leave you out if that's okay. Nothing personal, you know. Although that would be fun. We just keep frequenting each other's streams, win codes, and give them away back to each other on, just flip one code back and forth between. Oh, yeah, hesitate about asking about the extra life mount? Yeah, for sure. That's, he's probably got that, that's probably one of the reasons why the allies have been taking so long, is because he's had to make that extra life mount. Yep, there were about 10 styles added recently. It was one staff, one gun, and I think like 7 or 8, 6, 7, 8 spears, 2 staves, a gun, and 7 spears, I think. Yeah, it's, it was right around 10. That sounds about right. My Tentaclance wasn't in there yet, but I'm figuring that those came from right around the time that they first opened up. Oh, okay. If you win, you'll send them a costume code. I love that. That is pretty awesome. I'm sure they will appreciate that too. Cool. All right, so here we go. If Humpy wins, the next winner gets a costume code from him. That's awesome, dude. And here we go with the roll. How does that work? Boom. Rigged. That's awesome. So rigged. Okay, so for the second roll, who do we got? Who do we got? Who do we got? Who do we got? But Smeeshi! Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let me jump on this here. I know you know what to do with the code, so I'll just send it short and sweet. Brilliant. Sweet. Even more rigged, super rigged, beyond rigged. So rigged it's rigged. Okay, there you go. Dun, dun, dun. So that is on its way, and my pleasure. All right, so and just because it's getting to be roughly about that time that I got to start. I got another 15 minutes before 4, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. I have a feeling I've got one more person in this room that needs to win something. And only because it's the last name registered for it. Hepfesta has won a Streamer's Dream Code. Congratulations. I hate giving stuff out to people and then having, one person who can use stuff not. So there you go. Besides, I've still got a bunch of them, and I can't give them away to a bunch of people because they won't give me a Proclamaphone. It's kind of difficult to promote your stream without them. So, it's a lot. I should say it's a lot easier to promote your stream with them. So, but I was given instructions on how I could change the outcome, and I'm working on it. So, I just didn't understand the denial right away. I was like, huh? But I, you guys made me a costume in Defiance. Like, really? I mean, really? I'm one of 6 people that they specifically sat down and designed a costume for us, for 6 people. I think you can trust that I'm not going to spam Proclaimophones with horrible messages and awful stuff. It's like, you don't trust me? Really? Come on, man. Oh well. I don't get it. Discord, yeah, I know I need to. Well, the only thing is, I appreciate the offer, but I won't take you up on it, and I will tell you why. With the when they took the Proclaimophones out of circulation, it was mainly because people were abusing them and not using them for their own streams, not using them for for different stuff. Cough cough Discord. I know I will get around to it. I've got to if we're gonna play GTA, because that mission that we're about to do is not going to work without a mic. Not. Even if the 3 of you talking and me in the background following you, still wouldn't work. Still wouldn't work. I have no doubt that it would be a miserable failure. So yeah, I will eventually get Discord. Just know that I don't subject my wife to a microphone very often, because like I was saying earlier, it's kind of like sitting in the same room with somebody while you're talking to a person on the cell phone and they're not involved in the conversation. It's and she's the one working. She pays all the bills. So I am going to give. She pays all the bills. She is a public school teacher, and she gets damn near no time to herself. All of those 3 things combined leads me to say, no, hon, when you're home, I'm going to keep it quiet. Just so that you can have that peace, you can have that solace. I am not going to bother you with a headset or, game noise or anything like that. Just not going to do it. And sometimes I tell her, hey, are you in a place where you don't mind this? And most of the time she's has no problems with it at all. Not like I have to ask permission, but when you're living in a house with another person, being respectful of that person is always an awesome thing to do, especially if she feeds you. She's cooking for me. She wins. So I am a typical, stereotypical, I should say, man when it comes to that. The person who cooks for me is totally my friend and gets top billing when it comes to anything concerning respect of space or personal feelings. So yeah, but yeah, that's something that I will do. I will eventually do that. I've been kicking the thing around, deciding whether, because you told me that there was a web address for like Skype has a web-based program that interacts with Skype proper. That whole thing. Pizza Hut is your best friend. Excellent. Yeah, I'm a fan. I could do that. But I'll tell you, if you could experience my wife's cooking, man, she is really good. She's a damn good teacher. She is an excellent educator. She totally missed her calling. Yep. Yeah, indeed. It would absolutely be good to have the option, because that mission is going to be a nightmare. Absolutely. I'm not even. In fact, I mean, like I was saying, that's where I stopped with doing any of the heists. I've never been beyond that one because of that fact. Because I knew in order for me to get through this, I'm going to have to be talking to a group of people. And I'm not doing that with random people because, bleh. Dinner party here. She'd be down for it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she would. She loves cooking for other people. Oh, my goodness. And she always cooks for an army. So, there's only 3 of us in the house, but she'll cook for 12. And, we'll eat for 6. So, it's just how it works. There's only 3 of us living here. She cooks for 12. We eat for 6. It balances. We meet in the middle, But, yeah, it's pretty awesome. She is one hell of a cook. Oh, my goodness. She makes pork piccata, like chicken piccata. Oh, so good. And then what else does she do? She does man, she is so good. She is just so good in the kitchen. And the crazy thing about it is that she's gone on this diet thing that gave her even more ideas. And we've eaten stuff that was good for you that you would never know. Like you dig into it and go, "Oh my God, this must be so horrible for you." But no, not at all. Most of it is just packed full of veg and you're a master of Chef Mike, huh? Yeah, I'm good with Chef Mike myself. I'm very very on board with that. Um, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there in the kitchen. I make a hell of a stir fry. I make a hell of a I make like fried rice, but instead using quinoa. So good. Oh my God, this stuff is so good. You can eat it by the bucket. Just it's nuts. But my favorite thing to make, and you're gonna freak out on me here. I'm gonna share a secret of New Mexico with you. I actually discovered part of this uh, recipe, using the term loosely because it's not really a recipe. It's directions to put something together. And you're gonna freak out. I know you're gonna freak out, but this is how it goes. Okay, you get yourself your favorite type of bread roll, like a challah roll or a ciabatta roll or any whatever. You get a bread roll like a hamburger bun. You make yourself an egg like you're doing an omelet, scramble it, put it in the pan, fold it up, put cheese in it, put green chili in it. Hot, the hotter the better. Real hot, smoking hot. Green chili, you can only get it in New Mexico. It's something we have here that is worth coming to the state for. It is fantastic stuff. It's like a green pepper with a punch. It's fantastic. Oh my God, so tasty and so hot. Well, not all of it, but anyway, okay, I digress. So you've got your egg, you got your green chili, you got your cheese, you got your bun, cook some bacon, put that on the sandwich. Now, here's where it goes crazy. You go to your cupboard, you pull out the jar of crunchy peanut butter. Yes, I said it, peanut butter. You slather both sides of the bun, toast it, slather both sides of it with peanut butter, smash that sucker together, and stuff it in your pie hole. Now, you may think that's disgusting. Bacon, egg, cheese, spicy green chili, toasted bun, and peanut butter. But know this. I've had people tell me that sounds like the most disgusting thing that is the most disgusting thing I have ever heard of. I would never try it in a million years. Then they make the mistake of coming over to my house and I slip it in on them. Now, granted, I am careful to ask, are you allergic to peanuts first? Because I don't want to kill anybody, and one of my best friends is allergic to peanuts, and I've almost killed him a couple of times now. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, it's one of those things where you gotta be careful. So if you know somebody is a fan of peanut butter and doesn't die from eating it, you go ahead and feed them this, and it will instantly turn them into a fan. I've watched it happen countless numbers of times, and it's just so good. Oh, it is so good. Oh. Anyway, there we go. Bam. You never burn cereal. I missed that part. I never burn cereal. See, my father is the type of cook that can burn water. He can, we don't let him boil water because he could burn the house down. So, whoops. Thankfully, he hasn't yet, but I'm a much better cook than he is. I take after my mother in that regard. Thankfully. So, alrighty. Well, it is close to 4 o'clock. I think I'm going to jump up out of here and get a little bit of a head start on dinner. Speaking of all this food, can you tell I'm getting hungry? So, yeah. There it is then. I will be, this last Friday I blew it. Some things happened real life, and I wasn't able to sit down at my computer until later on in the evening, and when it had already been long past time that I had planned on streaming. So, yeah, had a little bit of a technical difficulty during Try-On stream. I didn't even see the rest of that. I got everything set up to go, and then the world collapsed out from underneath me. So I apologize if you showed up on Friday for my stream and I wasn't here. I am very sorry. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be here Friday, but I think my wife is trying to drag me out of my house. I'll see what I can do about that. But until then, in the immortal words of some old fart somewhere, get off my lawn!